The city's economy grows 3.1% in the first quarter, beating expectations, but private consumption remains weak. Authorities have received more than 150 complaints related to the abrupt closure of clinic chain Alliance Medical Group, involving over $1 million. And wanted activist Anna Kwok's father is charged with handling her financial assets, the first instance of such offense under the city's national security law. Good evening, you're watching Cable News. I'm Cheryl Yun. Hong Kong's economy has shown stronger than expected growth in the first quarter, though the retail sector continues to struggle with declining sales. Jeremy Zhu reports.
According to advanced estimates, gross domestic products or GDP expanded 3.1% year-on-year, surpassing market expectations of 2.1% and marking the fastest pace since the third quarter last year. Goods exports surged 8.7%, while service exports rose 6.6%. However, private consumption fell 1.2%. Meanwhile, March retail sales declined 3.5% year-on-year, though this outperformed the anticipated 7% drop. Sector performance varied sharply. Apparel sales plunged 11%, jewelry and watches down 4%, supermarket goods rose 5%, and electrical appliances gained 6%. A government spokesperson noted that authorities maintain confidence in the city's outlook, citing mainland's steady growth and local initiatives like mega events to stimulate economic activity. However, the global socio-economic uncertainties and the switch in consumption habits would keep bringing challenges. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
Alliance Medical Group, a popular clinic chain that has been providing vaccination services for years in the city, is suspected of abruptly shutting down with prepayments collected from customers. As of 4 p.m. today, the Consumer Council received 157 relevant complaints involving over $1 million. Meanwhile, the customs logged 295 related reports. Jeremy Zhu has the story.
At a health check and vaccination center in Tsim Sha Tsui under the group, the doors remained closed during its scheduled opening hours. A letter from the Consumer Council was left near the entrance. The landlord, who declined to appear on camera, said the center was still operating just days earlier. After learning about its suspected closure, he tried contacting the management but received no response. Our reporters also tried calling the chief executive officer and manager of the group, but nobody answered the phone.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail.
This frustrated woman took time off work for a corporate health checkup appointment, saying she was not informed of any changes. An affected mainland tourist from Guangzhou came to receive his third HPV vaccine dose. He said the 3-dose package cost $3,000, with the first 2 already administered at the center. Many mainland customers said they learned about the group through social media platform Red Note or Xiaohongshu, believing its vaccines were cheaper and more reliable than those on the mainland. The group's Shatin branch was also closed. Many had arrived for HPV vaccinations, while some parents brought infants for jabs. This lady was left confused, having already paid over $7,000 for vaccines, only to find the center shut. The Department of Health has clarified that the medical group is not a licensed institution under the Private Healthcare Facilities Ordinance. Meanwhile, the Consumer Council has expressed concern over the incident, urging the business to promptly clarify its operational status and address affected customers' concerns. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
A lawmaker has called for an investigation on Alliance Medical Group, which is under scrutiny for targeting mothers with discounted vaccine packages and gifts before its sudden closure, raising concerns over potentially illegal practices. AMG has been targeting mothers with promotional offers, including half-priced vaccine packages and complimentary gifts like baby strollers, while engaging key opinion leaders to promote their services. Federation of Trade Unions lawmaker Bill Tang expressed deep concern over potential illegal marketing practices, particularly those involving the well-being of children.
究竟有冇當中涉嫌違法嘅問題？
Tang highlighted possible legal issues, such as knowingly urging customers to prepay for services despite impending closures, making false statements, and potentially diverting profits for personal use, calling on the Customs and Excise Department, police, and health authorities to investigate. Tang noted that no laws currently regulate the involved clinic, as the Private Healthcare Facilities Ordinance, which requires private healthcare facilities to apply for licenses, will not be enforced until year-end earliest. Despite the concerns, doctors have reassured affected parents not to worry, as alternative channels are available for children to complete their vaccinations, with standardized medical guidelines for switching vaccines if needed. The National Security Department has arrested the father and brother of Anna Kwok, an anti-government activist wanted under a $1 million bounty, marking the first use of the Handling Fugitive Funds offense under the city's Safeguarding National Security Ordinance. Quentin Yang reports.
Kwok's 68-year-old father, Kwok In-san, was charged today with attempting to directly or indirectly deal with funds owned or controlled by a fugitive, after allegedly helping his daughter access nearly $100,000 from her insurance policies. The case, heard at West Kowloon Magistrates Court this afternoon, was adjourned to June 13th for further investigation, with the father remanded in custody. His 35-year-old son, Kwok's brother, was released on bail after being detained alongside their father on April 30th. The ASD accused Kwok In-san of submitting documents to an insurance company earlier this year, bearing his and Anna Kwok's signatures to order her life and personal accident insurance policies and withdraw cash. Investigations revealed he had met Kwok overseas before returning to Hong Kong to facilitate the transactions. The fugitive's brother, who works at the same insurance firm, is suspected of leveraging his professional expertise to assist in handling her assets. This marks the force's first enforcement of Section 90 of the Safeguarding National Security Ordinance, which criminalizes assisting fugitives in managing assets, carrying a maximum penalty of 7 years imprisonment. Anna Kwok has been wanted since July 2023 under the law for allegedly urging foreign sanctions against China and Hong Kong. Quentin Yang, Cable News.
Former lawmaker Claudia Mo, who was released from prison earlier this week, broke her silence in a Facebook post, sharing how she endured a surreal prison experience and expressing gratitude to those who showed care and concern. Mo shared a photo of herself taken on the day she returned home after serving her jail term, standing next to a banner that read, "Welcome home, Mom." She described her time in prison as almost Kafkaesque, but said that she managed to utilize social arrangements within the facility to ward off loneliness and boredom. She added that she had read over 300 books during her incarceration and had worked on improving her French language skills. Mo had been sentenced to 4 years and 2 months in prison for her involvement in an unofficial primary election in 2020, charged with conspiracy to subvert state power. Wage earners in the city will receive the green bomb in the coming few days as the Inland Revenue Department today has started sending out 2.66 million individual tax returns, 220,000 more than last year, marking the second consecutive year of growth in Hong Kong's taxpayer base. Provisional figures for the 2024-25 tax year project total tax revenue of $374.5 billion, a $32.5 billion or 9.7% increase from last year. Profits tax, accounting for nearly half of all revenue last year, rose 4% to $177.7 billion. Stamp duty revenue surged 30% to $63.9 billion, boosted by stock market and property transactions. Salaries tax also grew by $9 billion, up 11%. Officials attribute the expanding tax base to talent schemes, attracting skilled workers, and rising average incomes. Taxpayers should submit returns by the 2nd of June. Those who opt to file their tax returns online will get a month's extension. Former Islands District Councillor Wong Chun-young has pleaded not guilty to 19 charges of conspiracy to defraud and alternative charges of money laundering. He will remain in custody until his next hearing in March 2026. Wong was escorted from a prison van to West Kowloon Magistrates Court for his plea. Wong, along with other unnamed individuals, allegedly conspired to scam 9 elderly victims in 2023 by falsely claiming their relatives needed money. The victims were asked to hand over amounts ranging from $20,000 to $200,000, totaling $740,000. Wong pleaded not guilty to 9 counts of conspiracy to defraud and 10 alternative counts of money laundering. Deputy District Judge Winnie Lau rejected Wong's bail application, citing risks of him absconding. The case is adjourned to March 9, 2026, and the trial is expected to last 8 days. Wong has already spent over 22 months on remand. In Beijing, the Commerce Ministry said it is evaluating recent proposals by the United States to restart trade negotiations, but stressed that Washington must demonstrate sincerity by scrapping unilateral tariffs and halting coercive tactics before substantial talks begin. Quinton Yang tells us more.
The statement marks Beijing's first formal response to repeated claims by U.S. officials that China is eager to resume talks to de-escalate a tariff war that has seen bilateral tariffs soar to 145% on Chinese goods and 125% on U.S. imports. If the U.S. wants to talk, it should show its sincerity and be prepared to correct its wrong practices and cancel the unilateral tariffs, a ministry spokesperson said. The comments follow weeks of confusing signals, with U.S. President Donald Trump asserting negotiations were underway and Chinese officials denying such claims until now. The ministry acknowledged that Washington had actively sent messages through relevant parties seeking dialogue, but warned that any talks would fail unless the U.S. acts on its commitments. Saying one thing but doing another, or attempting coercion under the guise of talks, will not work, the spokesperson added. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent hinted yesterday. The tariffs are unsustainable for China, while Secretary of State Marco Rubio claimed Beijing seeks a short-term accommodation, suggesting talks would begin soon. However, Chinese state media and experts countered that Washington's frequent leaks about potential tariff adjustments reveal anxiety to resolve the standoff. The ball remains in Washington's courts, China's ministry emphasized. The door is open for talks, but we will fight to the end if forced. Quintin Yang, Cable News.
Vatican firefighters installed a chimney atop the Sistine Chapel today, marking a pivotal step in preparations for the conclave to elect late Pope Francis' successor. The secret voting process, involving over 130 cardinals, will begin on May 7th inside the chapel, famed for Michelangelo's Renaissance frescoes. The chimney, visible from St. Peter's Square, will emit black or white smoke to signal the election's progress. After every 2 voting rounds, ballots are burned with chemicals, emitting black smoke, which means no consensus, or white smoke, that announces the election of the 267th Pope. Of the 252 cardinals worldwide, 133 under age 80 are eligible to vote. Hong Kong's Cardinal Stephen Chow will also join the conclave. Let's take a look at the stock market. The Hang Seng Index ended the day up 385 points. Top active stocks of the day. Alibaba was up $4.50. Tencent was up $10.60. Meituan was up $2.20. BYD Company was up $12.20. Foreign exchange against the Hong Kong dollar, euro 8.79, Australian dollar 4.99. On to the weather now. It's becoming cloudy with a minimum temperature of about 25 degrees tomorrow morning. Hot with sunny periods during the day with a maximum temperature of around 31 degrees in the urban areas. And that's the news tonight. I'm Cheryl Yun. Thanks for watching and good night.